When we're talking about weight transfer, we're talking about balancing our center of mass over top of the ski that we're trying to balance on. Your center of mass is kind of like the middle of your body relative to weight. For men, it's usually right around the belly button, and for women, it's usually between the hips, just underneath the belly button. When we stand with 2 feet flat on the ground, our center of mass lands right between our 2 feet, right in the middle. But when we move to balance over one ski, that's when we want to shift our center of mass over onto one ski. To get into this position, skiers will have to shift their whole body weight a little bit over to the side. This often involves engaging the glutes to shift the hips over, but bringing the whole body together. It's easy to self-assess whether or not your center of mass is lined up over one ski when you're wearing a shirt with a zipper. The zipper should be vertical and closer to your ski than between your 2 feet. In this drill, we have our hands on the gluteus medius. Every time you put your weight on your foot, I want you to imagine engaging the gluteus medius. That'll help you hold strong into a weight transferred position. In this freeze frame, you can see that while my body is still upright from the hips to the shoulders, it's shifted as far right over my hips as possible. The view from the front allows you to see how, while the upper body remains solid up and down, the body weight is shifted all the way, or as far as possible, over top of the foot to give that weight transferred balanced position. In this drill, you'll use your fingers on the front of your pelvis bones as a tactile sensation to feel like you're pushing your hips forward into a slightly taller weight transferred position in this drill. Here we're trying to engage our glute max to help us feel strong and stable in a weight transferred position. Again, we're trying to get the center line of the body over top of your ski. In the hip push drill, we're moving a little bit quicker and more dynamic to feel as if we're actually pushing our center of mass over top of the next ski as we kick our other leg. You want to imagine leading this movement from the center of your pelvis or the center of your belly button to help keep the whole upper body in an up-down straight line. In the prayer drill, your hands are just there as a reminder of where your center line is. We're trying to integrate all the concepts of engaging the glute med, the glute max, pushing the hip over as you kick your leg to be strong in that weight transfer position. When you're done your technical practice and you go back to skiing with your poles on, it's easy to revert back to old habits. I'll encourage you to come back to this drill often to nail it. A common mistake is to try and balance on a locked out or straight leg. This can be really challenging, so you always want to keep a gentle bend in the knee. Another common mistake is not being able to balance on one leg because the knee is pointing medially or towards the center line of the body. This is particularly common in female athletes or young male athletes who have just gone through a large growth spurt. Often, a focus on developing hip stabilizers such as the gluteus medius can help solve this problem. Exercises like clamshells or single leg glute bridges are really good options to add into your strength routine if you find yourself having this problem. The last common mistake we'll look at today is when skiers try and shift their weight over by moving their chest or shoulders and not actually moving their hips. Analyzing your own technique, the giveaway is your zipper being on an angle instead of a vertical line. It's not always as obvious as I've made it out to be. You'll often have to look for more subtle differences in where your shoulders are in relation to your hips. If you'd still like some coach guidance in analyzing your own technique, 2x4 Coaching offers virtual sessions where we can review video that you've taken, as well as in-person sessions where we can make technical improvements together.